Welcome back to Ancient Echoes. This is our final episode in the Whispers of the Ancient series, and today we bring it all together. Over the past 9 episodes, we've sat with some of humanity's greatest wisdom teachers. We've meditated with the Buddha under the Bodhi tree. We've practiced Stoicism with Marcus Aurelius in his military tent. We've whirled with Rumi in ecstatic divine love. We've flowed like water with Lao Tzu. We've claimed freedom with Epictetus. We've celebrated sacred joy with Hafez. We've embraced change with Zhuangzi. And we've found God in silence with the Desert Fathers. These teachings come from different times, different cultures, and different religious traditions. Buddhism, Stoicism, Sufism, Taoism, Christianity, East and West, ancient and slightly less ancient. And yet, listen for the common thread. The Buddha taught, you suffer because you resist reality. Freedom comes from accepting what is. Marcus Aurelius taught, you suffer because you try to control what you cannot control. Freedom comes from focusing on your response, not on external events. Rumi taught, you suffer because you think you are separate. Freedom comes from recognizing you are already swimming in an ocean of divine love. Lao Tzu taught, you suffer because you are swimming upstream. Freedom comes from aligning with the natural flow of things. Epictetus taught, you suffer because you confuse what is up to you with what is not up to you. Freedom comes from mastering your own mind. Hafez taught, you suffer because you are living in the cheapest room in the house. Freedom comes from moving into the palace of joy that is your birthright. Zhuangzi taught, you suffer because you cling to a fixed identity. Freedom comes from embracing constant transformation. The Desert Fathers taught, you suffer because you are lost in noise and distraction. Freedom comes from silence and stillness. Do you hear it? The same teaching expressed in different languages and metaphors points to the same fundamental truth. Your suffering is optional. Not your pain is part of life, but your suffering over the pain, your resistance to reality, your constant fight against what is that is optional. And freedom is available right now. Not in the future after years of practice. Not somewhere else after you fix all your problems. Right now in this moment, exactly as you are. Let me share with you a framework for integrating these teachings into your daily life. I call it the 5 practices of ancient wisdom. Practice 1, acceptance. This is the foundation. Before you can change anything, you must first accept what is. Not passive resignation, but active embrace of reality as it is right now. The Buddha called it the first step on the path, acknowledging suffering rather than denying it. Marcus Aurelius called it the discipline of perception, seeing things as they are not as you wish they were. Lao Tzu called it Wu Wei, aligning with what is rather than fighting against it. Here's how you practice it. Multiple times throughout your day, pause and ask, what am I resisting right now? Maybe you're resisting the traffic, the weather, someone's behavior, your own feelings, your circumstances, the passage of time. Then say to yourself, I accept this. I may not like it. I may work to change it. But right now, in this moment, I accept that this is what is. Feel the shift that happens. The resistance takes so much energy. Acceptance is effortless. It's like you've been pushing against a door that was never locked, and suddenly you realize you can stop pushing. Practice 2, attention. All the ancient teachers emphasized the importance of paying attention, of being present, of witnessing your own experience without getting lost in it. The Desert Fathers called it guarding the heart. The Buddha called it mindfulness. The Stoics called it prosocho, continuous attention to your own mind. Here's how you practice it. Set reminders throughout your day on your phone, post-it notes, whatever works. And when the reminder goes off, just notice where your attention is right now. Are you present with what you are actually doing, or are you lost in thoughts about the past or future? Are you here, or are you somewhere else? Don't judge yourself when you notice you've been lost in thought. That judgment is just more thought, more distraction. Simply notice and gently return your attention to the present moment. The Buddha taught that everything arises and passes away if you pay close enough attention. Your anger, your anxiety, your craving, they all have a beginning, a middle, and an end. But you only see this if you're actually paying attention. Practice 3. Perspective. The ancient teachers all understood that how you see things determines how you experience them. Change your perspective, change your experience. Marcus Aurelius practiced reframing constantly. Hafez saw the sacred in everything. Zhuangzi recognized the relativity of all judgments. Epictetus distinguished between what's up to you and what's not. Here's how you practice it. When something happens that you judge as bad or upsetting, pause and ask, is there another way to see this? What if this is actually good, but I just can't see it yet? What would a wise person think about this situation? In 10 years, how much will this matter? What's the hidden gift in this challenge? You're not trying to engage in positive thinking or deny reality. You're simply recognizing that your first interpretation isn't necessarily the only or the most accurate one. Practice 4. Letting go. All the ancient wisdom traditions emphasize non-attachment, not detachment. You can still care deeply, but non-clinging, non-grasping. The Buddha taught that clinging is the root of suffering. Lao Tzu taught about the power of emptiness. Zhuangzi taught about flowing with change. Epictetus taught about focusing only on what's up to you and releasing everything else. Here's how you practice it. Identify one thing you're clinging to, an outcome you want, a person you need, an identity you're attached to, a possession you're worried about losing, a belief you're defending. Then practice loosening your grip, not throwing it away, not denying that you care, but holding it more lightly. Imagine holding a bird in your hand. If you squeeze too tight, you'll crush it. If you hold it gently, it can rest there or fly away, and either way is fine. Say to yourself, I care about this, but I don't need it to be happy. I can want this without demanding it. I can appreciate it without clinging to it. Practice 5. Presence. This is the practice of living from stillness, from your essential nature, from what the different traditions call awareness, consciousness, presence, the divine within. Rumi called it union with the beloved. The Desert Fathers called it encountering God in silence. Advaita teachers call it resting as awareness itself. Here's how you practice it. Several times a day, pause and notice that you're aware. Not what you're aware of. That's constantly changing. But the awareness itself. Ask yourself, what is aware right now? And rest briefly as that awareness. Not thinking about it, not conceptualizing it, just recognizing it and resting there. This practice is so simple it seems like nothing. And yet the ancient teachers tell us, this is everything, recognizing and resting as the awareness that you fundamentally are. Now, here's the beautiful thing. These 5 practices support each other. Acceptance makes it easier to pay attention because you're not fighting with your experience. Attention makes it easier to shift perspective because you can actually see your thoughts rather than being lost in them. Shifting perspective makes it easier to let go because you realize you don't need to cling. Letting go makes it easier to rest in the presence because you're not constantly grasping at things. And presence makes acceptance natural because from that stillness, everything is already okay as it is. They form a circle, each practice flowing into the next, creating a spiral of increasing freedom and peace. Let me give you a practical example of how this works in real life. You're stuck in traffic. Your first reaction is frustration. You're going to be late. But then you remember acceptance. You pause and say, I accept that I'm in traffic. This is what is. Then you practice attention. You notice your thoughts. This is terrible. I shouldn't have taken this route. They're going to be angry at me for being late. You see, these are just thoughts, not facts. Then you practice perspective. You ask, is there another way to see this? And you realize you have no control over the traffic, but you do control your response. Being angry doesn't make the traffic move faster. It just makes you miserable. Then you practice letting go. You release your demand that the traffic be different, your attachment to arriving on time, your need to control the uncontrollable, and then you rest in presence. You're just here, in this moment, breathing, aware, at peace, even in the midst of traffic. The traffic hasn't changed, but your experience of it has completely transformed. This is what the ancient teachers are offering you, not a way to avoid difficulties, but a way to be free within them. Not a technique to get what you want, but a recognition that you don't need to get what you want to be at peace. As we close this series, I want to leave you with a challenge. Choose one practice, just one. For the next 30 days, focus on that practice. If you choose acceptance, practice accepting what is multiple times a day. If you choose attention, practice noticing where your attention is. If you choose perspective, practice reframing situations. If you choose to let go, practice loosening your grip on one thing you're clinging to. If you choose presence, practice resting as awareness. Just one practice done consistently for 30 days. That's all. Because here's the truth. Knowing these teachings changes nothing. Only living them transforms you. You can read every spiritual book ever written, attend every workshop, and listen to every podcast. But if you don't actually practice, nothing changes. The Buddha isn't enlightened for you. Marcus Aurelius's peace isn't your peace. Rumi's joy isn't your joy. You have to walk the path yourself. You have to do the practice. You have to embody the wisdom. But the good news is, you can. Right now, today, this moment. You don't need perfect circumstances. You don't need years of preparation. You don't need to be a monk or a sage or especially spiritual. You just need to begin. The whispers of the ancients are still here, calling to you in every moment. In the pause before you react, in the space between your thoughts, in the silence beneath the noise. They're whispering. You are not your thoughts. You are not your circumstances. You are not your story. You are the awareness in which all of this appears. And that awareness is free, peaceful, complete, right now. Stop seeking and start being what you already are. Stop fighting reality and start flowing with it. Stop clinging and start appreciating. Stop resisting and start accepting. Stop thinking and start experiencing. Stop becoming and start being. This is the ancient wisdom. Not complicated, not esoteric. Just simple, direct, transformative truth. And it's yours. It's always been yours. You just needed to remember. Thank you for walking this path with me. Thank you for listening to the whispers. Thank you for being open to ancient wisdom in your modern life. You can read every spiritual book ever written, attend every workshop, and listen to every podcast. May you discover the freedom that was never lost. May you remember what you've always known. The ancients are still teaching. The wisdom is still here. And you beautiful seeking soul, you're ready to live it. The series is ending, but your practice is just beginning. Go well, walk lightly, listen deeply, live fully. The whispers of the ancients will never stop calling. The only question is, will you answer?